I want to talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers because the Cleveland Cavaliers are a legit threat in the East. I'm ready to say that. I am feeling good about it. We're only, 7, 8 games into the season, but these guys, they have the second best record in the league right behind the Milwaukee Bucks, who haven't lost a game, by the way, without Chris Middleton. That's absolutely insane. But when you look at this Cavs team, uh, Darius Garland missed that first game with that eye injury, and Donovan Mitchell was able to make up all the offense. He's averaging 31 points right now, 7 assists, which I believe is a career high for him, 1.6 steals. That's really great as well. And his shooting splits are 48, 43, and 85. The true shooting for that, what's the true shooting for that? That is 61% true shooting. So he's really efficient right now. Also on the defensive end, you could definitely see a noticeable jump in defense for Donovan Mitchell. That was one thing. If you guys watched the JJ Redick podcast, he had Donovan Mitchell on there, and Donovan Mitchell talked about how much he wishes he actually played defense with the Jazz, especially in that last season that he had. When you look back at that Mavs series, Donovan Mitchell was just getting blown by, and after that, like once Donovan Mitchell got blown by, he really wasn't doing anything to like stay in the play. It's like, oh, someone went by me. Okay, it's over. I'm done. And we'll just move on to the next possession, right? So that kept happening. But there's a lot more effort going on with him. And that effort in turn is just making him a better defensive player. And honestly, defense in general with this Cavs team is what's really keeping them in these games. When you look at all of their like team defensive metrics, they're all, top 10 at least. And if you have a top 10 defense, or even like obviously top 5 defense is great, having one of the best defenses is great. But in general, like with how much offensive power they have on a team, just having a top 10 defense in general is really good. And it shows that you are like a championship caliber contender. Like when you look at all these championship teams, like the Warriors last year or the Bucks, like they're always like top 10 in offense and defense. And that's definitely something that the Cavs can potentially do. I believe they're not like a top 10 offense right now. But again, Garland's been out for most of that time. But their defense is definitely one of the best in the league right now. And a lot of that has to do with not only Donovan Mitchell making a jump as well, but just having Evan Mobley and Jared Allen in the paint, just protecting everything. They're really good at contesting threes. And if they're going to run people off the 3-point line, they're going to have to deal with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley in the paint. And it's just been a huge success for the Cavs so far. Do I think that Donovan Mitchell averaging 31 points this season is going to be sustainable? Now, I don't know if it's 31 points. Maybe it's like 28 or 29, but he is shooting some pretty crazy efficiency right now. Again, he's shooting like 43% from three on 9 attempts. Do I think that's going to be sustainable? I'm not sure. I don't know if it's 43 again. It might go down to 40. I don't think he's never shot over 40% before. The highest 3-point percentage he has is 38%, and that was 2 seasons ago. But when you look at the playoffs, he has 2 series where he's shooting over 40%. Um, he has one where he shot 9 threes a game, and he shot 51% from three. And then we have one where he shot 11 and a half threes a game in the playoffs, and he shot 43%. So I don't know if it's quite sustainable to that level, but man, it definitely makes it easier for Donovan Mitchell to get his threes off when you have a playmaker like Garland, and when you have these screen setters as well. Donovan Mitchell loves taking 3-point shots off a screen, and Evan Mobley and Jared Allen are great screen setters. So maybe the 3-point efficiency does stay the same just because of how many different options he has to get those 3-point shots, right? Because when you have the Jazz, like obviously Mike Conley is a good playmaker, but I believe that Darius Garland is better. And obviously Rudy Gobert is a great screen setter, but they were running small ball. So that was really the only guy giving Donovan Mitchell a screen. At least he was the most consistent guy. You just have more options. You have different ways to get 3-point shots off. And I think that definitely benefits Donovan Mitchell. I think this is a great fit. I think another question we had about the Cavs as well was that small forward position. There was a lot of questions about who was going to start there. Is it going to be Seti Osman? Would it be Okoro? Would it be Karis LeVert? And they've actually been starting Karis LeVert, which I actually think it's a pretty good idea because, yes, having Garland and Donovan Mitchell there is great. But, Garland averages about 20 points, but I wouldn't say he's like a pure scorer. I think he's more of like a pass first guy trying to set people up and then he'll go for his own, But when you have Karis LeVert, who is a score first type of guy, I think having him and Donovan Mitchell is a good fit. And then obviously Darius Garland is there to get them open, and Mobley and Allen are being great lob threats. I think it's a good fit. Obviously, there is concerns about Karis LeVert defense, but again, Mobley and Allen so far have put up a great fight and have really made up some of those mistakes that Karis LeVert might make. And Donovan Mitchell again has just made significant improvements on the defensive end, in my opinion. So the defense actually isn't as big of a question as I thought it was going to be when we came into the season. I think we were just all assuming that Donovan Mitchell was just going to be who he was, and if he did improve, it was going to be offensively, not defensively. But he's definitely made that defensive jump. Also with the Cavs, the depth is crazy. So right now, one player that comes to mind for the Cavs, Ricky Rubio, he's injured right now, so he hasn't been playing. But when you look at all these other guys that they have coming off their bench, they have Dean Wade. So Dean Wade has actually been starting with Darius Garland being out, but he's averaging 8 points right now, and he's shooting 50% from three on virtually four attempts. So that's and he's also a pretty stout defender as well. He's got some size to him. So another just great player for the Cavs. He's 6'9", 228 pounds. So that's just another, great 3-and-D guy for them. Seti Osman, another 3-and-D sort of guy. He's a great three-point shooter. Kevin Love, he's shooting 43% from three on 6 attempts. Six man of the year candidate for sure, for sure. Who else? Isaac Okoro, again, not the greatest offensive player. His shooting splits are awful, shooting 33% from the field, 0% from three, and he is shooting 100% from the free throw line, but he's also only takes zero point 0.4 a game, so not a big part of his game. But defensively, he's great on that side of the court. Once we get to the playoffs, I don't know how much he's going to play. He will have to improve that 3-point shot for him to, I think, get legitimate minutes. Yeah, Ricky Rubio coming off his bench as well. I would give them a solid, 3 to 4 guys off the bench, and that's great for the Cavs. They have the depth, they have the 3-point shooting. Again, all these players that mostly all these players that I'm listing are above average 3-point shooters or fantastic ones. Um, I'll just read them again. Like Mobley shooting 100% from three. I don't know if that's gonna. That's Isaiah Mobley. Wait, what? Evan Mobley has a brother? I actually I actually did not know that. Well, Evan Mobley's brother is shooting 100% from three, so shout out to him. Dean Wade is at 50%. Karis LeVert is at 45. Donovan Mitchell's at 43. Kevin Love's at 43. Darius Garland's at 41, but it is only off 2 games. Seti Osman's at 38. Raul Neto, who has been Ricky Rubio's, that he's a third string. He's shooting 33, not the greatest. And then you look at Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. They're not shooting great, but they're not supposed to be shooting anyway. So I think when Ricky Rubio comes in, I think he'll be shooting around that 33, 34% from three as well. But he definitely brings a lot better playmaking than Neto. But yeah, they have the 3-point shooting, they have the depth, they have the scoring, and they have the defense, and they have the playmaking. So to me, those are like 5 things right there that you need to have to be, some sort of championship caliber team. And that's what the Cavs have. The Cavs are just really surprising me right now. I was predicting them somewhere between like that 6th or 7th seed, but with how bad the Nets are playing right now, and a lot of teams, honestly, in the East haven't really been playing all too great either. The Sixers are not playing all great as well. I could definitely see the Cavs making it to like the 2 or 3 seed. I think the Bucks are going to be that 1 seed just based off how they've played so far. They're 8-0 without Chris Middleton, so we'll see how that holds up. But man, this Cavs team, they're going to get home court advantage. If they don't get the 2nd seed, I think they'll definitely get that 3rd or 4th seed, but home court advantage for this team would be great. And it's actually really fun to see the Cavs actually be good, because this is like the first time they've been good since before, like without LeBron James. Like even when you include LeBron James, it's been a while, but if you just take out all those LeBron years, they haven't been good since the 90s. So it's really great to see a non-LeBron James Cavs team actually perform really well. And the players that they have on this team are just really good. A lot of skilled players, a lot of effort, and I just like the environment of that team. When you watch them play, they're just very fun. It's very relaxed, but they're also competitive. And so I just love the Cavs, man. The Cavs are going to be great. And I hope you guys need to buy into them if you haven't already. For sure, for sure. That was a clip from my podcast that you can watch by clicking here to see the whole episode. If you enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe. See you on the next one. Peace out.